Alright then, been a day or two. I said I gonna do a little video, prove I'm still alive. I did a video a while back about this few of my favorite things, but I want to update it because I got a few other favorite things. And this is still one of the ones. I start off with a little bullion. I still like this Britannia. You know, it's just a bullion coin, but I just like that Britannia, especially that, I think it's 2021 or newer, where they put them wavy waves on it and all them security features. Got the little lock down there. I forget, Jade told me before what they call that, some sort of, I don't know, I can't remember the term, but it got all kind of security features, little micro text, and anyway, it's just a pretty coin, so I like that, and still one of my favorites. Of course, this one, you know, I still got it on my little icon, and even though I got some newer stuff, it's still a favorite. I always like the Indian or Buffalo nickel, and isn't here kind of that design, but in gold and a lot bigger. And can't go wrong with gold and a lot bigger, right? So and this here, the proof one, I like the proof one, that, you know, real contrast. So them are the modern ones, and as you see kind of the other stuff, you probably see a theme. It's kind of older stuff, kind of the pre-33 or similar. And let me get her focused in here. Yeah, it's here, my first pre-33, kind of got me started on it with Saint-Gaudens, and still probably one of my favorite designs. Of course, even our modern stuff, they do it, that design, that's just a classic. And they said he's a sculptor. I believe he's a good one, because look at that. Isn't here got a little, it didn't have that when I bought it, kind of developed a little copper spot, but it's just a nice coin. I like all the detail on the edge. It's got the pluribus unum, and it's still probably one of my favorite. Of course, I'm kind of like getting like my wife. She got 20 different favorites. I don't know how you do that, but anyway, it'll always be special to me because that's my first pre-33. So I got some newer stuff, but, and then this one here, well, I don't know whether it's this one or the other one. It's one of the, of course, the same Saint-Gaudens design, but more or less what he wanted originally. It's that ultra high relief. Let's see if we can crack her out. Always a hassle getting these things out the tube, or out the capsule. And this here capsule is a little bit tougher. And he's a real good capsule. They kind of insert down in there. And but this one of the reasons it's one of my favorites is the wife asked me what my bucket list was, and this in here was on my bucket list. So she helped me buy it, and I really like this here design. It's same thing, but it more what he wanted in the original, because he trying to get that ultra high relief or high relief. And a few people said that line they thought made it a fake. Well, Jade told me, he said that's where they had the collar. They got to put a collar on this, keep it from all pancaking out. So this coin kind of neat, because it kind of I don't know what you'd call it, convexed or what. And I got the graded one. I was able to trade for a graded one, so I got that one graded. Old Dub C said, he said, well, if you're gonna stack $20 ultra high relief. He said that probably ain't a bad deal. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I stacked them up. But that's just a beautiful coin. And like I said, I got 2 of them ungraded. What happened, the wife helped me buy the first one, and he had a second one in there, and I traded me a buffalo for my second one ungraded. And then went to another coin shop, another feller, and he had that graded one. So I was able to trade me, more recently I traded maple leaf and $150 for that graded one. So wound up with 3 of them. So that's kind of my little Saint-Gaudens pile. We got 3 of the ultra high reliefs, and got us one of the original Saint-Gaudens. I believe it's a 1927. So them's the double eagles. So we got 4 double eagles, and I can't even count that high. I'd be, I don't know what you call 8. Highest I get quintuplets. But anyway, the rest y'all see it kind of laid out here. We got some more pre-33, and I wanted to get one the classic kind of, they call it the Liberty head, or some of them called it cornet, or different term for it, but it kind of more older Liberty, Lady Liberty. She got her hair did up, and I think that's what they call in a cornet. I don't know, but kind of like a little crown or something. But I like that one too. That eagle is a little more I think they called it a heraldic or something. And then these 2, I don't know, I got kind of soft spot for Indians, and I ain't being derogatory at all. Family always said we got a little bit, in the line down. Grandpa had, I don't know, his mama or something, but of course everybody said they part Indian. But I don't look it, but some of my uncles did. And I don't know, I always liked the Indian. This here, I call him Kalijah. Y'all know that song? Who was that? Hank Williams, I believe, Senior. Poor old Kalijah. And then this one here, she ain't really Indian. She kind of pretending to be. This here, that Lady Liberty, but she put her headdress on. So we got kind of, I think this one, he kind of paying a little homage to that classic Indian. Even the eagle, might near the same. They a little bit different, but if you look at them, they kind of the same stance, about the same look to that eagle. Of course, the one incused and the other one's whatever you call it, excused. I don't know what you call it. He popped out. But that $10 Indian by the Saint-Gaudens, he's a good designer, so I like old Saint-Gaudens. And this is probably my most expensive far as premium for gold. Is this here $1, and that's just that cornet Liberty head, and it ain't high grade. It's 45, but I wanted to have the $1. It's a little bitty coin. I thought it's neat, and just kind of wanted to collect them all like the Pokemon. So that's kind of our gold there. I did throw a little silver in here. I'm gonna call it a few of my favorite things. So some of this silver, it just, some of it ain't. This is just a little hand poured bar. It ain't vintage, it's just a modern poured bar, but I just like the size of them and the way they feel in your hand. and the way they look. Wife even likes them, so something to say about that. When the missus like it, it must be pretty good. She got pretty good taste because she picked me, so y'all can see what I look like. I'm kind of chunky and a little bit wrinkly, kind of look vintage, but I'm not exactly vintage, and just an old looking feller. So that's kind of the silver hand poured. And this is the most recent one. I got that Hoffman and Hoffman. Now she don't like this, and she said it look ugly, but I like it because it's I call it toning in this case, because but she'd say it's tarnished because she said it's ugly, but to me I kind of like it. Got a little, what they said, rainbow, but I don't know, just kind of multicolored, and it just looked kind of cool. Plus you hold this in your hand and feel like, well, you ain't gonna tarnish it no more, right? Well, maybe you will, but anyway. So that's kind of our little few of my favorite things. And I said in the first video, it's hard to pick a favorite because you know, they kind of like your kids. You ain't supposed to have a favorite. Well, we just had our first little mustard, and so right now he's my favorite. And that's kind of how it is with the gold. When you get your first one, that's your favorite. But you get to collecting a few of them, and you get to have a favorite here or there. And some you say, well, some you could trade off, but others you gonna hold on to. And I ain't comparing that. Now you ain't gonna trade off your youngins, but what I'm saying is that you get your favorites, right? So like I said, for different reasons, this is one of my favorite, just because it's well, it's pretty, but it's also a pre-33, first pre-33 I had. And it did get that copper spot, and some way I wanted to remove it, but I decided to leave it because I don't want to clean the coin, right? So I'm gonna leave her there, and kind of look like that old at their eagles kind of bleeding. But anyway, what y'all think about what's y'all's favorite coins? You see any of them on here that's in your list of favorites? Or probably y'all got some that I ain't even seen that's favorite. And there's others it was hard for me. There's a few others, of course, I could do like my wife and just pull them all out here and say, well, that one's my favorite, and this in here my favorite. But I trying to limit myself to really my favorites. But it was really hard to pick or choose. But y'all probably see the theme on this here Liberty. I really like this Saint-Gaudens. I guess a lot of the ones I got's the Saint-Gaudens design, whether it's this here classic Saint-Gaudens or the $10 Indian or whatever. He's a good designer. I think that's a good call. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna probably wrap this in here up. But what y'all think? Y'all got some favorites? Alright then, bye bye.